Others were drawing curse circles, but Dr. Stephen in front of him didn't know what he was doing. He wasn't embarrassed, but Master Gai felt very awkward. Stephen made the excuse that it was because his hand was injured. Faced with such a stubborn disciple, Master Gai directly called another injured disciple. This made the doctor feel utterly ashamed. In order to stimulate his potential, Master Gai drew a portal, took him to the top of the Himalayas, and then turned and left without looking back, leaving the doctor alone in the wind. In such extreme cold, 3 minutes was enough to freeze a person into a popsicle. In despair, the doctor exerted force with both hands and concentrated, finally realizing the true meaning of drawing circles at the critical moment of life and death. Before this, Stephen was a world-renowned surgeon. While others were sweating profusely on the operating table, he leisurely listened to music and performed surgery to the beat. Under the observation of all the doctors in the hospital, he easily completed a highly difficult surgery. At a young age, he had already achieved honors and wealth that others could hardly reach in a lifetime. Luxury watches filled his drawer, and he owned as many as 30 mansions. He even drove a Ferrari to buy groceries. However, a car accident completely changed the life of this perfect man. When he woke up, his hands were already full of steel nails. Severe nerve damage made him completely say goodbye to the operating table. Despite trying all modern medical treatments, the result was one despair after another. The hands that were once godlike could no longer even hold a razor steady. This fall from the peak to the bottom made him miserable. Just when he was desperate, a medical report brought him new hope. There was once a patient with severe spinal cord injury who was supposed to spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair but miraculously walked briskly on the court. This was simply unbelievable. Finally, he learned from the man that in the depths of the distant Himalayas, there was a mysterious place called Kamartaj, which had a mysterious power that could heal everything. Although Stephen was skeptical, he still resolutely sold all his property and bought himself a one-way ticket to the door of hope. However, he was unfamiliar with the place and had just arrived when he was surrounded and beaten by a group of thugs. Fortunately, a black-robed man came to his rescue. This man's name was Mordo. Unexpectedly, he happened to come from Kamartaj. Under Mordo's leadership, Stephen finally met the Supreme Master of Kamartaj, the Ancient One.